Hi everybody, welcome to tonight's Taubmans live colour advice session. My name is Fiona, I'm the Taubmans colour specialist. We are here this evening for another session to help everybody who wants to know questions or information around our wonderful colours that we have available. And also if you're looking to or embarking on a project and you'd like some information or some tips and tricks, you've come to the right place. And last but not least, look, we have a wonderful portfolio of products that have been designed to protect and beautify your space. And I can certainly help you with any product information as well. So for those that are joining us for the very first time, thank you very much for joining us this evening. I'll let you know how our sessions roll, if you like. So for the first half an hour, I will be in front of the camera. We'll be streaming live, and it's a fantastic opportunity for you to pop any questions that you do have into our feed, and I will do my very best to answer them for you. When we finish streaming, I generally sit back for a further half an hour or so to answer questions, but also if you do have any images or photos of areas that you would like to share with us, because it's always great to see, an area that you're wanting to have some guidance on colour, etc. with via an image. And then when we finish, as I said, when we finish streaming in front of the camera, that is when you can upload your images into our feed. Unfortunately, when we are live, they make it impossible for you to upload images. And the other way as well is you can also send them to us via DM, and we do have a fantastic crew working as I'm working here, and we've got a crew working as well, and Nate, our social media manager, he sends me images, etc. So there is also that opportunity for you to do that. It'd be great if I could get my words out. It's only very early into the session as well. So that's how we run the sessions. And the other thing we do is we really like to keep it real. So each and every week we come here, and prior to doing so, Nate goes through all of our social media channels, and he has a look to see what the most frequently asked questions are, and what seems to be reoccurring, and then they're all collated and they're put into an email for me with a long list of questions. So we tend to, as I said, we like to keep it real, and we tend to like to be able to answer everybody's questions for them. So that's what these sessions are about. So it's a great opportunity. As I said, we're live. Pop anything you do have into the feed, and I will do my very best to answer them for you. So I'm going to begin tonight's session. So I do have, I've got my first question. Hi Sanyog, thank you very much for joining us. You're saying our builder is offering elusive white for roof skirting and architraves. Beautiful, that's a fantastic colour. Elusive white is also known as crisp white, which is our #1 white, and it is my white of choice. If you were to ask me what white would you recommend to paint an interior, I would certainly allude to crisp white, because it's fantastic. It's a beautiful white that has a very soft glow to it. It doesn't throw blue, so it's not cold and uninviting. It doesn't give you that clinical sort of feeling. It's just a beautiful, wonderful white. So I think you're onto something very good there. Hi Jeff, thank you very much for joining us this evening. You're saying you're looking to paint my unit, which is north facing, sick of beige colours, thinking of a grey. Okay. What else? So Jeff, just before I look at the sort of grey or the tone of grey, can you give me a little bit more information, please? What else exists within the space? So, like things like, what other elements do I need to take into consideration? Things such as your flooring, your carpet, if you've got like window furnishings, etc. Even the colour of your window frames. Let me know that, and then I can certainly give you some advice on some suitable greys. Thank you. Okay, I've got a question here from Quiet Achiever. Thank you very much for joining us. So you're saying, hi, what colours are in for bedrooms? I'm considering a warm white with white ceilings. Any recommendations? Yeah, warm white's fine. Certainly that would look fantastic for a bedroom. Other colours that work really well in bedrooms are, you can look to introduce beautiful blues, even greens. Blues are very, very, they're a fantastic choice of colour for a bedroom, calming. And greens as well. Greens are just I mean, you could also say greens are quite calming. It's that back to nature, green works, greens and blues work extremely well for bedrooms. They're sort of my sort of go-to colours when we talk about painting a bedroom. But if you're considering a warm white with white ceilings, any recommendations? Sure. Let's have a look at some warm whites, and I can... How much... let me just think here. How much... Okay, I've got a lot of questions just coming in. How much... I know you're wanting a warm white. I guess, are you wanting... And you've got white ceilings, how much depth do you want in your warm white? That's the word I'm looking for. So are you wanting to have a really good degree of difference between the ceiling and the walls? If you can let me know. Okay, so for a white ceilings, you could certainly go, there's lots of choices for white. I mean, you could go brilliant white for your ceilings, and then for a warmer white on your walls. You could look at something like Airstream. They work really, really well together. I think it may be difficult to see. Oh no, you can see it. Just remember, if you're looking at, okay, thanks, you're saying yes please, a degree of difference. Okay, so this is brilliant white, and this is a colour called Airstream. It's a warmer white. They sit really lovely together. There is, you can see a degree of difference between them. You could also have a look at, I know where I'm going to take you. This is a beautiful tone, if I can find it. Where are we? Have a look at something like this. I think this could work really well as well. So you've got a colour called Aria Ivory. Have a look at that. And that's sitting against, so that's the colour here. And then you're sitting against Brilliant White again, and they work beautifully together. But what I would recommend is that you test the colour, and by that what I would do is get yourself a large piece of cardboard, so 1 metre by 1 metre square, and then grab yourself a sample pot, brush out 3 coats. Ordinarily, if you're painting your walls in something like Taubmans Enjoy, it's a 2-coat system, but that extra coat is going to aid or be in lieu of an undercoat, if you like. So 3 coats so that you get really good coverage. And then if you've got your 1 metre by 1 metre square, once dry, putting it, so here is your floor, here is your wall, putting it up against the wall so it's touching the floor, and have a look and see how it works for you within your space, looking at how your floor coverings, etc. can change the colour. And then look at it in natural light, and then also in artificial lighting. Excuse me. The other place as well is, here is your ceiling, here's your wall, putting your sample here so that it's touching the ceiling, sitting on the wall, having a look at it in natural light. Again, natural daylight is going to give you the, well, you're going to see colour in its truest form, if you like. And then again, under artificial lighting, so your lights of an evening, to see how the colour works for you. And that will give you a really good indication of how the colour is going to perform for you within your environment. Excuse me, I need to have a drink of water. And so if you've got any further questions, please pop something else into the feed. I'll be very happy to help you. Thank you. Okay, Jeff, thank you very much for coming back to us. Okay, so you've got dark grey windows, white blinds, maybe a grey with a green or blue undertone, yeah. Generally, when you've got north facing, lots of sun, etc., cooler tones work really, really well. So let's have a look at... Oh, thanks. You're very, very welcome. If there's anything else that we can help you with, pop something else into the feed. Thank you. Okay, thinking of a grey. I don't know how much... So Jeff, how deep do you want the grey to be? You just want a soft grey, soft blue toned grey that's going to work throughout the entire unit? I think you could have a look at, okay, I'd have a look at a colour called Button Up as a start. I'm just going to put that up against, I'm just going to use Brilliant White. Brilliant White is our, when I say stock standard white, it's our white in the tin that is prior to tinting. So you can see you've got Button Up here, and then you have Brilliant White there. So that's quite a soft grey. Let me see if we can go slightly, oh, this could work as well. Let me just see here. We could even go, okay, so Button Up, or another one which is quite a soft grey, which is Thin Ice. And here we go. I've put it up against Brilliant White there. Here it is here. So it's a nice, very soft grey that's going to sit and work really well, being able to use it, you know, throughout the entire unit. There's a, oh, here we go. I'm going to put just, here's another colour. It's called White House. It's quite a, as it says, it's white, but it has a soft, very soft undertone that if you find that the other two greys are perhaps, you know, a little bit too grey, this would be something else that you could certainly consider. Have a look at that one there, which is White House, and that's showing you, so Brilliant White and White House. But what I would do, as I mentioned before, I would certainly look to acquire a sample pot and just test it to ensure that it's going to work for you within your space. I hope that helps. If you need any further advice, Jeff, pop something else into the feed. Very happy to help you. Thank you. Okay, so thank you. Thank you, Sanyog. You've come back saying that we are struggling for a white grey for internal walls. Okay, what colour is Misty Skies? Is it beige or grey? Let me just have a look. I think it's one of our new housing colours. Oh, you're very welcome, Jeff. Thank you very much for joining our session this evening. Let me just see here. Hopefully I have it here. Oh yeah, Misty Skies. Okay, so Sanyog, Misty Skies is quite a soft, here it is here. I'm going to show you here. It's the center color here. So it's quite a soft gray. Excuse me. So a beautiful soft gray that you can pair back. Love. So that's right. You're saying that you're using, let me just get that elusive white. So let me just have a look. Let me just get the right colour. Yeah, they sit beautifully together. I'm going to show you it with crisp white, but as I said before, it's crisp white and elusive white have the same formulation. So here we go. So the top colour is your misty skies, and then the white there is going to be your elusive white. So they work beautifully together. And excuse me, I think I read before that you're looking to create a Hampton style home. That's certainly going to help you to achieve that wonderful aesthetic. If there's anything else that I can help you with, pop something else into the feed. Be very happy to help you. Thank you. Hi Sarah, thank you very much for joining our session this evening. So you're saying, hi, could you recommend a colour for cladding on the second story that would work well with dark brown bricks, please? Certainly. Sarah, can you also please let us know what colour your window frames are, and also to the colour of your roof and possibly your garage door? I just like to, in my mind, create sort of that, or visualise the whole colour scheme, if you like, and then I can start to work and ensure that I'm going to offer you some, suitable colour suggestions. So if you can just let me know, I'll be very happy to help. Thank you. Very welcome, Sanyog. If you've got any further questions, pop something into the feed. Very happy to help you. Thank you. Okay, all right, I'll just go back to, I'm going to touch on a question that we've been asked about, you know, like what exterior colour can I use, or what exterior white looks good in sunlight. Okay, so it's really important to understand, I mean, you can use any colour white you like. For me, the way I work, I like to recommend whites that I know that are going to perform really well externally and be able to handle full sun, because what happens when you put colours out externally, they tend to, particularly whites, they can lighten up around about 30%, so they can become a lot lighter. And so, you know, a very light white to begin with will become extremely glary. And if you're going to paint that on the entire facade, it's really important to understand, you know, how the white's going to work for you. So whites for me, when I look at whites, I like to benchmark against, everyone's probably familiar with a colour called Surf Mist. It's a great colour, a colour bond colour. And when it's put on an external facade, it lightens up, it creates a beautiful white without it being glary. So I look at colours that sort of sit within that sort of tone, if you like. So some colours that work or that sit alongside that sort of tone, or tonally correct, if you like. Looking at colours like gazebo white is a really lovely white, knowing that when it's in full sun and it, you know, it lightens up around 30%, it'll perform and look beautifully. So gazebo white and grey matter are a couple of whites that I love to use for an external application, and there they are here. So they're those two colours there. Now when you put them outside, they lighten right up. I mean, you might look at that and go, that doesn't look white, but I'm thinking about how it's going to perform in an external environment. Okay, so hopefully that answers the question around sunlight and whites. Okay, so Sarah, thank you very much for coming back to us. Okay, so the window frames would be Surf Mist and roof is Monument. Garage will be Surf Mist too. Okay, let's have a look. So we've got Surf Mist, we've got Monument, and then you've got brown bricks. Is there any fleck or anything in the bricks, Sarah? If you can let me know. Are they just a standard dark brown brick? Sometimes if there's movement in the brick or flecks, you can tend to bring that to life. But I'm trying to find Monument here and Surf Mist. All right, and then if we're thinking about a wonderful sort of brown, dark brown brick, you can go, there's, no, okay, thank you. You could go for a sort of, if you want to keep it neutral to a degree, you could go for, dare I say, you know, a beige type of tone, or even a greige. There's a wonderful colour here called Beige Ash, which looks fantastic with Monument and Surf Mist. Here it is here. And it would pair back beautifully with a dark brown brick. Urban One Pepper Brick. Okay, thank you. Okay, let me have a look here as well. I'm thinking there's also another colour called Colonial that sits really well with these. It would work very nicely with a dark brown brick. But what I can do, Sarah, is once we finish streaming, I will hop online and I will have a look at the brick that you're talking about and just possibly refine and expand on the colours that I have mentioned tonight for you. So I'll have a look once we finish streaming and I can hop onto the internet. Okay, thank you. So check the feed because I will answer to one of your queries online. Thanks. Hi Hayley, thank you very much for joining us this evening. So you're saying what darker colours are there that are good in full sun for timber homes to give contrast? Okay, so when you say for timber homes, what other colours exist within your, what other colours exist on the home itself? So what else do you have, like your roof colour, garage door, window frames, and anything else? Let me know, and then I can help you to, work out a suitable colour scheme. When I'm talking about colour, and I like to take the entire sort of picture into consideration to ensure that we're going to get the tones and everything correct. So if you can come back to me with just a little bit more information, I'll be very happy to answer that question for you. Thank you. Okay, so what else do I have here? How do I match the colour of my roof for the rest of my exterior? Okay, there's many ways that you can work out. Hang on, let me just read that again. How do I match the colour of my roof for the rest of my exterior? Okay, so looking at if you have a ColourBond roof colour, for example, they seem to be the most popular colours. We look at the tone of the colour and then find something that's going to sit with it. So for example, if you've got something like woodland grey, it tends to have I know it's called a grey, so it's a grey that has a sort of greeny undertone. So we can find colours that tend to have the same sort of undertone that will pair back beautifully with it, or we can look for colours that sit opposite on the colour wheel. And by that I mean, if you look at green, the opposite is red. So you can find tones that have, dare I say, even a slight sort of reddy, sort of terracotta-y sort of undertone, which will sit really well with something like woodland grey. So it's just a matter of working out what colour, as I was just mentioning before, working out what colours already exist within your dwelling or your landscape, and then, working out, starting with, I like to ensure that for example, the roof, your guttering, your fascia and your garage door can be one colour. And then we look at the tone of that, if it's woodland grey, or if you've got something like a shale grey. If it's shale grey, for example, which is a soft grey, you can build upon that. You can go for a darker grey for your facade. You can go for a lighter grey again, or even a soft white that has a soft grey undertone. So working with the undertones, ensuring that, you're picking colours that are from the same sort of family, or colours that sit opposite to each other on the colour wheel. And that's what, when you start working with colours that sit opposite each other, you're doing what's called a complementary colour scheme. You can Google, to look at a colour wheel, and then you can start to work out, okay, so this and this are opposites, so they work together, and then you can start to play around with colours. So that's kind of how we look at creating a colour scheme, looking at, what exists. And the other thing as well is, if you're creating a colour scheme for an exterior, having a look at where your house is situated. So if it's coastal, those coastal sort of colour schemes work really, really well. Or if you're in a bush setting, selecting colours that are more earthy, even green sort of tones work extremely well as well. So I think there's nothing nicer than having a fantastic fitting colour scheme for a house so that it sits really well within its environment. Thank you. I hope that helps. Okay. Okay, so thank you, Hayley, for coming back to me. So you've got woodland grey. Okay, let's have a look and find some wonderful tones. I can automatically think of a colour here. Brimstone Smoke. It's quite a wonderful colour that sits beautifully with woodland grey. So here's your woodland grey. There's a colour called Brimstone Smoke. They pair back beautifully together to create a wonderful colour scheme. And I'd even look at doing trims, etc., in a white, something like, I'd even go for something like South Pole. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to show you them all together, but something like South Pole is going to work really well. Actually, I should be able to. Here we go. There we go there. So you've got your woodland grey, about to lose it all here. We'll go again. Woodland grey, brimstone smoke and South Pole. That creates a fantastic colour scheme. Hope that helps. Let me know if you'd like some further colour suggestions and I'll pop something else into the feed for you. Thank you. Oh, hi, Sanyog. Thank you for coming back. So with misty skies in the bedroom, if we have to do one feature wall, what colours can we go? Let me have a look. You could go for a beautiful deep blue. There is a colour. Where are we? I'm going to have to find it now. There's a colour called Black Flame, which I think would probably look rather fitting with that, but just bear with me a moment. Video. Let me just see how that's going to sit with that. Well, let's just see if we can do this. Tools are too big. Okay, that looks lovely. So there's a colour here called Taubmans Black Flame. I don't know whether you can see that. It's quite dark, but it would make a wonderful feature wall to go with misty skies for a bedroom. It would look fantastic. That's one suggestion. No worries, Hayley. You're very welcome. Thanks for joining us. Let me see what else we could do. Could probably even go for a really, let's have a look and see for a nice green. Oh, that's nice. There's another colour here called Saxby Blue or Shindig. I'll show you both of them. So Shindig is the first one, and then if we go up one, there is a colour here called Saxby Blue, which again is it's a blue that tends to have a little bit more of a grey undertone. It's gorgeous, and I'm just thinking there may be one more, potentially. Just let's see how this works. Oh, that's really nice as well. There's a colour called Oyster Bar. I'm just going to show you that as well. You can see I'm going for blues, but blues work really, really well. Blues and sort of blue toned greys work extremely well in bedrooms. And that's the colour here, Oyster Bar. That works really well. It looks fantastic. So they would be colours of choice. I guess I'm just trying to see whether I could find you a nice green. If you do have, Sanyog, if you do have a preference for a colour, let me know and I can find something that will match, as in if you prefer a green or, you know, you're wanting, I'm going to throw it out there, even a purpley tone or something. I think this could work. Oh, this is quite nice as well. There, here we go, a colour called Scarborough Fair, which is more of a green. So it's a tonal green, which looks fantastic as well. That would make a wonderful feature wall for a bedroom. Okay, if there's any further colour suggestions you'd like, pop something else into the feed. Very happy to help you. So I think that pretty well. I'll just make sure I haven't missed anybody this evening. Oh, let me just have a quick look here. Okay, Sanyog, thank you. So there's no preference. Well, those colours that I've just recommended I think would look fantastic for a bedroom. And they're going to stand the test of time as well, and allow you, using those sort of tones will allow you to put other colours, pair back other colours with ease as well. Okay, thank you. You're very, very welcome, thanks. Okay, that concludes tonight's session. I should say that this is our last session for the year. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us this year. It's been fantastic to help you all with your colour conundrums. And hopefully we'll be back again next year. But until then, stay safe, everybody. Have a fantastic Christmas. Enjoy the break with your family. And I hope you do some wonderful painting projects. Feel free to share any projects that you have done with us. We're always keen to see, especially if there's colours, etc. we've recommended. It's fantastic to see that we've been able to help you. So thank you very much, everybody. Until next year, stay safe. And as I always say, happy painting. Thanks. Bye.